I hope you all are having a good week so far. And unfortunately, I was unable to grade the assignment. It was one of the other sub-methods I graded, but earlier this morning, I was able to check the assignment that you all did. I was able to go through the submission and see what you guys did, and you all you really did well upon, regardless of the fact that I end up noticing that a message came across me that you all have problem concerning the assignment, like you don't understand some things, I and most of you refused to even talk about it the other day while we are on the call. But at the same time, I was glad that you are able to communicate with each other and be able to come out with something at the end of the day. So, and I also believe that there's also room for improvement. This is just the beginning for you guys. You can always improve on that. But regardless, you all did very, very well. So I'm happy with the submission that I saw this morning. So today we won't be doing too much. Today we will just be going over something like that. We'll be going over something like that. It won't be something on food sharp, but something that we use to build on the React router knowledge and do something together on this session with you. So right now, let me try to share my screen.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So I don't know whether we can get the course outlines, all the course outlines on React.
On React?
Right, and others. It's CSS and JavaScript. I want the course outlines for curriculum.
Okay. I think I will try to get the message to the other submitter and see what we
It's
can do
something
about it.
yes. I
I
don't know whether.
understand. I understand. I'll try to message the other mentors to see what we can do on that. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can. You can.
Okay. Due to the short notice. Okay. Don't worry. I will try to work on that with you guys on this call concerning dynamic routing. I can see that it's one of the things that give you guys issues while working on this project, but we'll touch on that today. So while we are here today, due to the short notice of the call that I just found out this morning that I'm going to take this session with you guys, so I really don't have time to build new things. So what we'll be doing is that we went to my GitHub page and clone a repository that I work on before, and it will come with style. It's already pre-styled. The functionality is added. I will just try to modify it with you guys and also try to build out things from scratch with you guys. So now let me go to my. Okay, thank you, George. Okay, let's go to talk. Can you guys still see my screen? I can't see your reaction. Someone should just like. Okay, thank you. So now, okay, this is it. This tips. So basically, let me show you what this is the live link. So let me show you guys how it looks. So currently, this is what we are going to do. This is the final, the demo link of what we are about to do. So I'm showing that it's just a tips, something more like blog, but not a real blog though. So it has the add tips where user can add tips, but it's not, the functionality here is not working. Then there's filter. There's filter. You can filter out any part, any of the ones that you want. it will load the ones here. Yeah. And we work on the dynamic route. Currently, this web app doesn't have any dynamic route. So we work on something like that here, whereby when you click on any of this, it will take you directly to the full content of this particular tips. So this is the live demo links, like I say. Let's close it and go back to GitHub. So what I will do now is I will clone this. I will copy this code, then open my VS Code. So I want to work on a new directory, new folder. So first, what I'll first do is I will click on this terminal and make use of the code I just copied, this code. This code right here. Then I will let me check the directory that I am. So I hope this is not too much for you guys. I'm using command line to check the directory. So I want to cd into my desktop, because that's where I want to create the folder in the desktop. Then I'll enter the inside the desktop. ls is for checking the contents, the files inside the desktop. So okay, yeah. Okay, I'll make a new folder now. No, I won't make a new folder. I will just write git. Now, basically what I want to do is I want to clone the repository on my GitHub to my local machine so that I can work on it. So what I will do now is I will git clone, then paste what I copy from GitHub, and hopefully it will download. Hmm. Okay, it's taking much time. To see it here. Okay. Whoever did this, I'm sorry for sharing your work, but I just want to make a reference. Try again. Network issue.
Can't hear
Uh, uh,
you. Can't hear you. Your screen is not even showing.
am I still on the
No, I can't see
call?
anything. I don't hear.
Think
I don't.
network
Of course, it's
is
like
maybe.
network issue.
Can you guys hear me now? Like, can you guys signify if you are or not? Oh, God.
I think we can hear you now, but we'll hear you for a little time, then it will go again.
Like, apart from profile, can any other person hear me? Can you guys hear me? Or do I need to rejoin the call?
Yes, now we can hear you.
Okay, it's working, hopefully. So let's go back to this. Can you guys see this page? Can someone unmute their mic and signify if they are seeing what I'm doing?
Yeah, we can see.
Okay, I'm trying to show you guys something that is a little bug in what you guys did. Whoever that did this, I'm sorry for showing your work, but I just want to make reference to it. So as this box, and it's normal because it's not something probably you guys didn't notice, and we didn't tell you about it also. My bad. So currently now, the idea is that now the idea about routing it out, since this particular page is not a protected route, I should be able to share it with anyone, and they won't have problem accessing it. So currently now, if I copy this link or try to make a reload, it will show an error. Okay, I think this person really did the full work. Wow. Nice. This person handled the routing error. Okay, let's check the others. Let's check the others. Some of this one has the error. So whoever that did this one, kudos to you. Try. So currently, if I want to share this about page to another person, the person should be able to access it without having any error. So you see, it's not accessible. This is not because of some error on your end, just that it's a Vercel thing. There is a configuration you need to add on your code for it to work, which I will show you guys how to do it. So let's go back to the VS Code. And here again. Let's hope this works. So about that error, to resolve that error, this is what we will do. This is what we'll do. It's a Vercel thing, and see, look at how I send the message to Google, because most of the time we also make use of Google while trying to debug our code, because sometimes you might be trying, and you won't be able to figure out. You don't need to beat yourself too hard about it. You can just type something like however you can say it. Just say it to Google, like this is how to solve Vercel hosting after failed reload on another route. Because currently now, if the reload happened on the home page, it won't show any error. Yes, but if you try to reload from another different route, that is where the error will show. So to solve the issue, this is how on Stack you can check Stack Overflow, and you can also read this Medium article that someone wrote about it. You can also make use of writing article, like maybe probably after you solve a problem and you understand how the problem happened and how to solve it. You can just write about it, like someone did here. You see, this is a Vercel. This one look like a Netlify one, but you also write on Vercel. This is if you also on Netlify, this is how it will show you, and if you also on Vercel, it will show you like this on Vercel, while on Netlify it will show something like this. So this is what the person wrote about it. We won't dive into that, but simply what you need to do is to create in your root directly inside the folder, you create a vercel.json file and copy this code and put it there and push it to your GitHub. That is all. And that will solve it for you. Okay. Uh, okay. Let's hope this work now. And also I can see that you guys make use of Web3 school documentation on React router. There's the official documentation for that instead of using the Web3 school, because what is in Web3 school is not like the full entire thing, which is why probably most of you struggle in doing the assignment by integrating the dynamic route in your assignment. So you can just search for React router and it will change direct you to their page. This is their documentation. You can take it out. And I must say this morning while I checked it out, because I haven't used it for a while, and I see that they have made a lot of updates, a lot of changes to their documentation. So the new changes, they are in version 7. Yeah, version 7 now. So I'm currently in version 2.6. So I'm still far behind, which is why with this all this update, you need to stay updated, reading most of their documentation, because probably what you see today might be changed maybe in the next few months again. Changes happen frequently, so we have to like stay up to date. So this is the version we use for today, and this also is not working. It's supposed to show us the guideline, but it's currently not working on how to use it. But you can also use something. Let's just hope this clone. Wow, let's try for the last time. And if it doesn't work, then I will just use the repository on my laptop to continue. Basically, I just want to show you how to build everything from scratch, but network is doing somehow today. So if this doesn't work now, I will just use the one that I've already cloned this morning. So let's just, if this doesn't work now, we'll just use the other one. It's the same file. And I will show you guys that currently you use a different approach in your routing, and I hope it's not working. So let's just open this. I use another approach. So basically, after you clone, I've already installed. After you clone a repository, the first thing you need to do, is to use npm install to install all the necessary packages that you use for this particular project. So I've already done that, so I'm just showing you guys. So everything is working. So let me just can you guys see the code? Can you guys see the code clearly? Can someone just unmute their mic?
Yeah, we can see.
Okay, thank you. So this is the project, this is how it looks. So let me try to explain how each of the components are before we dive into writing the code. So basically, I said I will show you guys how to handle the routing from scratch. So since this code already has the routing, I will just delete this file so that we'll write it by ourselves. So this error is showing unused import. Unused import, so it's not read, so it's okay. It's just a warning. So concerning the parcel, this is the one I'm talking. This is how to do it. Like I say, in the root for directly, not in your SRC. In the root, you create the parcel.json and impute the code there. So that is that. Include the code there, which will solve the routing problem. You can see where is it set. Okay, if I'm on this page now, and I perform a reload, it will show an error, except for network issue. Okay. This is a local host, sorry. This is more like it. Oh God, network. Okay, but it's supposed it will definitely load because I've already handled the error part of the page. So let's not waste our time with that. So this what this define did is how to put the JSON configuration in your folder, in your root directory of the folder that you are working on. So currently, this is the I'm working with it. I'm not fetching all the data that you see, all the for the tips. It's not. I didn't fetch any data from anywhere. What I simply did is that I create a database, a db.json file, which I use. Use it, and I impute them one, like I had to go the admin to put them one by one. The images are coming from this folder, the SRC. You can check the route, assets, images, and you can see these are the images. These are the images that I use. So it's not, the images are coming from the folder itself. And the database for all the tips that I wrote, the description, tags, title, the image tag. This is the use, and by now, but not it's the actual page. This is the number. This is the number, and you can see this is another like a framework. This
Sir, please, your voice is
you
breaking.
see is another framework.
Can you hear me?
Framework that I used to perform animation like this. I didn't write an I
And your voice is breaking.
The word is breaking. It's not like you're understanding. Still, we don't really understand. I think network issue. Network issue.
Get through. I did your DM. Go check what I send you.
Okay, boss.
So sorry about that. So sorry about that network issues. So let's continue. Can you guys hear me? Okay, Aisha, thank you. What is this thing? Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So let me go over this again. The animate the okay, this is the name of the animation framework that I use. Framer motion. You can just check them out. Framer motion. You guys can see that there are a lot of things, packages, and I hope it's not looking too complex for you guys. So framer motion, can just take them out, but that is not what we are going to do today. So back to our VS Code. This is the navbar component, and this is the like child the content inside the navbar, the home active and the filter. While this you request for something and probably the thing is not available. So this will show the user that hey, there's no content for this currently. So request data currently unavailable. Try searching for something else. So product search. This is a form to search for product. I think I use it inside the navigation bar. This is a long-term project that I work on. So I'm trying to navigate around product search. Okay, let's see where I call this. Control C. So I use it inside the nav bar. Okay, you can see it here. That's where I use it, the navigation bar. So products are tips card. Tips card, this is a component that render each of the cards for each of the tips. And like I say, you guys, this particular project make use of TypeScript. TypeScript is it's kind of like a JavaScript framework that handle types like this particular one now. This is I'm telling this component that this particular function, like this props, what it's required to return is a string, is a object with a title with a value of string, tag with a value of string, description with a value of string, email with a value of string. So this shouldn't change. This helps like to solve many things and it helps a lot to that it will make you to avoid a situation whereby you see unnecessary or some bugs that you might not be able to figure out in time. So that's basically what TypeScript does. We can also read about that later. But this like the final week of our bootcamp, and probably next year we'll see what we can do about that. And this is where I'm calling. This is where I set the types. This is where I set it, but you can see here. You can see here it's already know. Okay, not this. Tips card. You can see here it's already know. It's already know what it's supposed to call. So that's TypeScript. And this is the model. And these are the pages. These are the pages. This is the tips pages. This is where the page that render the tips. And sorry, the page that undo where the form, this particular form that I told you guys is not functioning yet. Yeah, add tips that you can use to add new tips. You can set the title, choose the image that you want, choose the image, then the tag and add a little description, then you send. So that's not working currently. I didn't integrate that yet. So this use router loader data is a hook from React Router DOM, which is used to fetch the data, this data that you're seeing down. It's used to fetch the entire data, so which is how I fetch this data and render it here. You can see I create a variable, an array variable, and I specifically put the data, the object, the array 0, 1, and 2 inside it, which is why it render only 3 of them. So that was this component to us. And this action, we'll discuss that later. It's part of React Router also. And this error component is used. What this does is that it's like give user, whereby probably you go to a website like that, and particular you start for something, or maybe you enter a path that is currently not available like that they haven't probably made. That we add functionality to it. We can just, instead of showing like like basically what this is does is like, think of it as a 404 error page, error message, whereby if you enter a route that is not available on this URL, it will show something like, hey, this is not available, right? Oops, page, then it's this error dot status text is it's gotten from use route error from React Router. So it will tell us what error message it is. Then don't worry, try one of these instead. That's to either to make a report or go back to the home page. While this filter is for filtering out the tips data in the filter page, and this is the home page. While this is our app. This is where we render everything. This is where we make use of the outlet. So currently, now let's set up. So npm. This is also a Vercel Vite project, not the Create React app. So which is why on your Create React app you use npm start, while on this you use npm from dev. But in the case whereby you are finding it difficult to remember or know which one to use, you can just check the package.json and you check yeah, you see there the script npm. If some other project you see start, but for this one, it shows what this means is that this is what we use to run your project. So npm1 dev, click on it, and it will show us on this, follow this link. So currently the page won't show anything because we haven't handled the routing part of this page. So to do this, what we'll do now is to make use of the route. So you guys should just follow me along. We'll make use of another routing mechanism using from React Router, unlike the one that you guys use has been using for unlike the one that you guys used last week. This is like another method, and this is the method that I use mostly because I prepare since my routing like this. So create a variable, I can name it router or anything I want. Then I make use of the create browser route, and inside it, it's inside it, so inside it is to receive an array, an argument of array space. It will give you all the necessary things that you can add inside this, uh, inside this object. So what we need to do first to add part. Part is the name that this particular object you are creating for the route. You want to handle like which of the routes should this be on. And currently the first thing is that we want to work on the home page. We want to work on the home page, and it should be this slash only. Then an element. Element is your component, the component that you want it to render, which is app. And like I say, the app.json is where we handle the outlet. The other component in it, I hope you guys remember what outlet means. So basically what will happen here is that we will create a children property inside this object. What children does is that is undo the outlet, like the data, the route inside it, inside this particular route. Because if you notice the finish, this error will soon go away very soon. You can see all this route, there is a footer, there is a number inside all the route. So since they are the same, what I did is inside the app.json file, I called the number and the footer. Yeah, this we are rendering, while the outlet, the nested part, is rendered here. So inside the children will receive will be an array of objects, something like that. Then the part will still be the same thing because I want to render this component, the home component. Part will be the same thing. Then element will be home. Element will be home. Then the other component will be part. I want this to be part Oops. While this would be element. The element will be, what did I name it? Active. I named the component active. That's the second route. I think we have 3 routes to work on. Then this part will be name filter. Filter. Filter and element will be filter. Element will be filter. I think that is all. That is all. We'll talk on the others. Warning error message. Let's just make sure this works. So after creating this route, we make use of this variable inside our as a child component inside the strict mode. So we'll make use of this imported router provider, which will handle the rendering part of this create browser arrays that we created now. So the name is router provider, and in router provider, it's received a props. It's supposed to receive a router called router, which will pass this route that we created in each router. So let's check our folder. Let me close this one so that there won't be any confusion. Okay. Cannot reproduce on reading length. Okay. What's 72? Line 72. Homepage line 72. Okay. I know what this error is. You know, I mentioned that I create a database. I create a database here. I create this database and I make use of it here. So it's showing error in line 72. What is in line 72? Line 72 says nothing. So let's just handle the error while we are now. So this loaded tip here, inside the home folder, I create an async function, an asynchronous function that return the JSON data that I created. This JSON data. So this I import it here because I import it here. It's a JSON data. So it's not your regular JavaScript object. So basically what I did is that I import it here. You see, you can notice that I didn't like specifically write export here because it's a JSON data. I don't need to do that. I can just import it and put any name that I want. So I import it here and I return it inside this folder. So now basically what this does is that I can handle, like I can use this data and return data inside, because I want to do something that I want to make use of the data across all the entire route so that I won't have to be calling them every time. I only need to call them the home page, and that's all. Like I will only need to call it in the app, so this component. under this app now. I only need to because all the other routes are a child component to the app component. So I'll only call it one, and across the entire pages, they will also have access to this particular data. So that's basically what I did here. So all of them will have access to this same data here. So, and you can see, you can also make use, you can also call the data however you want. I can use localhost to call the data, but that I won't be doing that here, sorry. So I'll just return the JSON data here. JSON.data. This data, like this array, that's what I want to return as the return function, as the return data of this loader function. So on line 4, I import the loader, then I change the name, because I changed the name specifically because while working on this, I think the approach was to handle data, the call data on different routes, but I guess I didn't later did that. I just end up, because sometimes along the road while working, you might change the functionality, like the approach you want to use might be different while working, because you might figure out that some things are unnecessary. So I hope you guys know how to what this as does. Basically what it does is to just change the name of the loader, but it will still be the same thing, just that we are changing the name. So under here, since I want to undo the data across all the route, I will call this property loader, this loader property, then I will give it the value of tips data. So, and with my comma. So I think the error message should be gone by now. Reading length. Okay, let's debug. Cannot read property of undefined reading lengths. Okay, let's see what this return. Also dot block JSON.data. So this is the data that I was expecting. Data print. So the data is rendering. What could possibly be the error? Sorry, I've been talking. Am I still on the call? Are you guys following up? Are you guys seeing what I'm doing? I'm just talking to myself.
We are with you.
Okay. I'm trying to debug the error message, so let's go back to that. Reading length. Okay. So basically, let me try to debug it one by one and see if I can figure out the error here. So inside the folder, page, this is how I make use of this use router load data is a hook from React router, which is used to fetch data, like the loaded data from this route. So since I'm using the root directory, which is why I name it as root. But if I'm in another route, I can just name the route here. If it's that the tips route that I'm making use of the loader data, but I'm using the route, so root, sorry. So, and this has, like I say, it's a JavaScript type safety thing. So you can just ignore it. If you are not working on a data and TypeScript file, you don't need it. So after using this, then I now put it inside. I now put the return data inside the useState. So let's see if this will return something. If it returns something, then we should be able to debug the error. Line 15. So line 15 return nothing. Okay. We are getting there. Oops. Keep it down. Let's see if this returns something. Okay. This is not returning anything also. Am I calling this correctly? Sorry. Oh, I'm supposed to set the ID. Like I said, it's been a while that I use this. So basically, sorry about the basically this route now. What this route does is that it's been fetched. This use router loader now, it will map through all the routes and check for anyone with an ID called root. But we didn't specify anyone with root here. So we should do that. We should set the ID to root. Sorry, a string root. So basically that's what this root stands for. Sorry about that. So here, thank God. So this is that. So the routing and each data is here, visible. Then this route is working. This is also working. But there is a particular component that we haven't used. This error now. Let's make use of this error. Can someone think? Okay, this error now. So now let me show you guys kind of error we get without using the component. So let's say this, and let's say go back now. The route slash object, see, it's through an error. So to undo this error, instead of showing this interface to the user, let's like give the user something like look somehow beautiful, somehow beautiful, so that they will know, they will feel like something is happening. Because simply that is what this is unexpected application error for a developer. You can provide better UX than this when you have through error by providing your own error boundary or error element props on your route. So let's create our own error boundary. So we want this error boundary now, we can put it inside all of this, all this route now, all this object, we can name it all here now. But basically now, this error error component now, I want it to be used across all the routes, like all the entire route. So I will just name it here, since it's the same UI. But if it's in a situation whereby you have different rule, you want to show different UI to the user on error, when on error message, for error message, when a particular user shows, when a user need to be shown a different error message on different route. So basically now it's simple. It is the error route will be the same. So I'll just undo it here in the root. So we take control space and we make use of error element and pass this error component as its value. Error. So let's check it out. Yeah, you see. So basically that is what this does. So now inside the error, so it's a 404, oops, page not found, don't worry, try one of these instead. Either go back or make report, but this make report is not working, so but you can go back to the home page. Yeah. So let's go back, and while I show you some other thing, let's open our console. Then let's go to the error. So basically, this is how I didn't know the error message it would throw. I didn't know the error message it would throw, but with React Router, I can be able to, like, it's what helped me to figure out the error value, yeah. So basically, we make use of use router error from React Router, and you can name it anything. This any that you are seeing beside it, it's a, like I say, it's a TypeScript thing. So you can just ignore it. You can go without it. You can go without, but you can see it's showing me error. Error is of type unknown. It needs to know the type of value this error message is supposed to show. So currently, I didn't pass any error type to it, so it doesn't know any value to throw. So basically, I can just name it any means, like just like I'm telling that it should like expect any type of error, like value. So I console it the error, and let's see what the entire object shows. So this is it. So data error, no route match. You see, you can see a more descriptive error message. Internal error status 404, status text not found. So that is that. And I make use of error.status The status is the number 404, like we all know, page not found. So let's close that. And again, since this is our last, before I go I dive into, okay, let me show you nested routing. Nested routing. So now inside any of these components now, probably the tips, inside the tips, I can add a children. Children means like I want to say, I want to make specify another route, but it will be like a nested route inside add tip. So I can just do it like this. Part will be an object. Sorry. An object inside the array. Part will be, let's name it slash open, and the element will be page one and by. So let's go to our app and let's access this actives. Under actives, I can call object. Okay. Absolute route slash open nested on that part is not valid. An absolute child route part must start with the combined part of all its parent routes. How do you get that? So basically, what this says is that I can't pass the part like this. I need to pass the entire part, something like this. The error message is gone, but it's not rendering our data. So, can anyone guess the error here before I proceed? I've been talking. I don't even know if you guys are following. So, can any one of you guess what the error is and possible way to fix it? Anyone? Anyone here? Aisha, can you help us? Do you understand what, like, can you help us? Aisha? Okay. Jethro? Mr. Jethro? Wait, can you guys even hear me? Or am I be speaking to myself?
If I get over to there.
Isa, I really can't hear you.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm hearing you.
Enough, like, okay, thank you. So, Tali, can you spot the error? How can we fix it? Do you know how to fix it?
Bros, please. I wasn't with you guys. I was just unmuting the meeting now, so I don't know what error you're talking about.
Wow, yes, everyone's confused. I am also. So basically, what we use is that since we are making okay, no
I'm not hearing
problem,
you.
no problem, no problem, no problem, no problem. I'll just continue. So basically, Mute your mic. Mute your mic. Thank you. So basically, what we will need to do is to make use of, since we are handling the routing as a child component, as a nested route, what we need to do is that we didn't specify where we want to view this nested route. That's the issue here. We didn't specify where we want to view. So to do that additive component, we look for a particular section to show it. So we will import the outlet. I'm not importing that directly because VS Code will import it directly from inside the sweet parts of VS Code. So it already bring it from me here, and I'll just click it and close the tab. So showing now. So you see, it show hello Fitech. Hello Fitech. And the main component, hello Fitech. So that is is obeyed on the course. I don't think so. Okay. Here you can see that. So to handle this
Yunus, please, can you help me pin the attendance link to the comment section?
to do, but we are so this so and delete this one, Control Z. So everything will be imported while also remove. So you can see I make use of the use router loader data here also, which is being used. You can see the route is not available again. That's why I showing the error message. So we have covered route and message route using create browser routes here. And this action also, this is used for fun. If you check, let me open the component. Sorry guys, my network got disconnected. I'm back now. Sorry about that. Can you guys hear me? Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. So let's go back. Sorry. So what I want to do now is to undo the dynamic routing, whereby if I click on any of these cards, it will take me to a particular route. So to do that, I need to pass some few things, but let's do that together. Tips card. So inside this tips card, I'm receiving the props inside the tips inside the tips card component. So, and currently, I think I will need to say some few things here to be able to make use of the dynamic route, because if I use that title tag or description, we might be in a situation whereby we have the same data with the same title or tag or description. So what I will do now is that this is going to be a lot. But what I will do now is that I will add an ID, set an ID for each of them, an ID of this ID. So this is the JSON I need to put it in a string. ID of 0. So ID 0. Okay, so this is going to be a lot. Let's just do that. 1. I'm not going to do all, but let's just add ID to fill, so which means we will only be able to handle dynamic routes of some and not all. 3, 4, 5. And this is up to 26, 7, 8, 9. I hope you understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. Aisha, do you understand why I'm doing this, or should I go over it again?
Just go over it again, please, sir.
It's Aisha. You said?
Can you hear me?
What? Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello, sir.
Well, I think uh, maybe you are using earpiece, but I can't hear you clearly. So basically, why I'm doing this is that there is no ID set for for all of them, there is no ID to indicate to show that they are unique. Because if I try to use the image, the title, or the tag, there might be conflict in the sense that we will see a situation whereby a route is showing like it, there are a lot of them that has the same tag, the same name, and the same description. It's more of like copy and paste kind of thing while working on this. So that is why I'm setting, I'm setting, what will I call it? That is why I'm setting ID for each of them so that they will be unique. But I won't be able to do all. So let's just do it to some, maybe 20. And I'm forgetting the number already. So 18. Oh, sorry. 19. 20. So what I'll do is that I'll just copy this, and delete the remaining ones. Because it's too long. And we are time is going. So I'll just paste it back here and paste this too. So we have like 40, I think. 40 data. Yeah. So this two error, that should be another error. Number 3 here. So while building, you should make a good use of this. I think. Yeah, you should take good use of this. So that we make sure that everything's working as expected. So this shows that there's 2 more error and I'm not seeing them. Okay. Let's just leave it for now, then we'll check it later. So now it's supposed to have an ID. ID does not exist on type card. It is TypeScript thing, like I said. ID of number. ID of number. So that log, also the log ID. So this is working as expected. ID from at position 260. So I'm trying to ignore the error, but you have to go back to it. 260, line 260, line 260, 260. Okay, this is the first data. I think we also can duplicate this. So while trying to duplicate, I create another bulk. Like, the idea is to make each of the data unique, a unique data. Oh, the error is supposed to be gone by now. One more error. Yeah. So yeah, let's check our code. Yeah, it's working. It's working as expected. So let's add the route. Let's take the console. Oh, our ID is showing undefined. Why is that? Props. So okay, the error is supposed to be here, where we are in the filter component, filter page. So we need to pass the ID props. Okay, if it's shouting that property ID is missing in type, so we need to pass an ID. ID of tips dot ID. So that's supposed to work. So let's check it out. Yeah, it works. So each of them has a unique ID, a unique identifier. So what we need to do is to make use of navlink, navlink or navigate or link here. This is a good use case of link instead of the navlink. Link from where to router. Link. So link. So link. Then we put all the other what I just copied now inside this tab. So now we need to specify the route we want to go. We want this to take us. So, but we haven't specified where to the route on the main. That's on the main now. We haven't specified a dynamic route on the main. So basically what we will do now is to set inside these children now, we need to set a component to handle this route. And before we can even go further, we need to create a component. We need to create a component. Let's say, what should we call it? Test. Let's just call it test dots. TSX means TypeScript. I know you are more familiar with JSX, but this convention is used because of TypeScript. I still use JSX, it's still the same thing. And I can also use TS. It doesn't really mean anything. But for Based on convention reason, let me just continue with TSX. Then create a function. Function test dynamic. Dynamic. I hope my spelling is correct. Then I will export it, then export default. It's dynamic. Then I want to return. What did I want to return? Let me put each one. We'll handle the return data, but let's just put this placeholder for now. Hello people. So now we will create another object inside the children part of. So dynamic route now, instead of to specifically mention name the route like you do by putting the name. So we want to, since we want to use a dynamic route, so now we use this dot dot then ID to it. So this ID can be anything you want, but it can be anything you want. You can name it anything you want, which you may see the use case of this ID that I specify here shortly. But you can use any name. So element will be test dynamic that we just created now. So that is that. So what we do now is go back to tips and add the route. So slash use a string literal. Because we want to make use of the ID slash ID. So where we are here, let's check it out. So you see, it showed the component. So I can put any. So now, basically what this does is that before showing this particular route, dynamic route now, it can be anything. I can specifically write anything and it will still show the same thing. It will show the same thing, but we want to make it dynamic whereby it will be the same file, like the same component, but it will show different content. It will show different content. Are you guys still on this call? Okay. Let me just wrap this up very fast.
Sorry. Okay.
So basically what someone is saying something?
Yeah, I actually want to ask a question.
Okay.
Okay, but don't worry, just wrap up first.
Yeah, you can go on. Can you hear me?
I can't really hear you. I think you've reduced the volume of your system.
Okay, continue. I'm using earpiece to hear
No,
what
actually, it's not
what you're
about
about
this
to say,
current.
because that is how I'm hearing you guys clearly.
Okay.
So after you finish talking, I'll just use my laptop mic.
Yeah, I said I think I've actually succeeded in correcting the this thing you told us while reloading our page that we bring 404. I think I've successfully done it now while you were teaching us. So I think I've done it. But my question is that, if you remember last week when you were talking, I was talking about the tailwind of a thing. So why doing that project again? That tailwind installation still give me problem. gave me problem rather. I had to install the CDN in my index.html. That was what I used in my project throughout. And I know that most of us, because I had discussion with the likes of Jethro, Tybert, and some people, we what could be the cause? The normal thing and that comes with Vite will not work unless we just install our CDN in our index.html.
Okay. I get that. I think I don't know because I haven't really installed a web app from scratch in a long while. But let me just wrap this up. Then we'll try to do it here together. Is that okay?
Yeah, but I think it's time for Solat here, so I may not be available. But if you can just do it by watching the recording, I'll just do it from there.
Okay. No problem. Yeah, I can see it's time already, but let me just try to wrap up. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I know you guys have to pray, but yeah, sorry. Let me just try to wrap up very fast. I wish we can cover everything I have in mind, but let's just do this and call it a day. So basically, what this does is that we can see that no matter what I pass here, it will show me the same thing. It will show me the same thing. But you can also notice that the filter part, if I add filter now, instead of all this, right now, if I add filter, it will take me to the filter page. Yeah, this happens because before the dynamic route is used, it will first check out for any other route that is not dynamic, that is named the same filter. Before, if there is no name, then it will show us the dynamic part of it, of the page. If there is no page for one, this localhost 5//1/3, since there is no route for it, it will show us the hello people. So to handle our dynamic part of the page, so now, since I have linked this, let's see if this is working. Let's come here and click on any of it. You see, it's taking us somewhere. So let's handle the data now. So now what I want to do now is I want to get the entire data of I want to get the entire data. So where is it? The test. Now I will make use of this. Where is it? I'll make use of use router loader data. I'll make use of this to fetch the data inside the test component. So once data equals to use the data, use loader data. Then I specify root. Space 0 got 1. I'm using the wrong component. Okay, sorry, it's use route loader data. Use routes loader data. Root. Then let me console log to see if I'm getting the correct data. If I proceed, yeah, I'm getting the correct data. So now I need a way to know. I need a way to know which route, like to know the value up here. I need a way to know to get this value, this one now. This one, I need a way to get it. So we use React router. We use a component in React router called to s params equals to use params. Use params. So let's see what this return. Params. You see, it's return ID. If you remember, I told you guys that the ID we set, this is the reason why. So now we'll be able to get the ID now. Like I said, we can set any name of our choice. Now I can come in and I can set, I can add bid and it will still show me. It won't show ID now, it will show bid. You see? It shows bid instead of ID as we wanted. So now let's make sure it shows ID. Let's go back here. Let's go back here and yeah, since we are getting the data we want, let's just use destruction and the object destruction to get the ID out of it. So now we make use of, since this data is returning an object now, sorry, an array, let's use filter const filter data equals to data dot let me use my useState as cat. Data dot. Should we use find or let's use find because we want it to be a single data. Data define data slash return. What do we want to return? Data dot ID that is equals to ID. This comparison appears to be unintentional because the type number and string undefined have no overlaps. So basically, I think the error message here says that one of either the ID is string. Yeah, the ID is string. So I just add a plus sign here. ID is possibly undefined. So let me just set the type as any. So I can set it. Let's just ignore it for now. Let's take the return data console.log filter data. So yeah, this is it. So you can see our return data. So we have access to data and we can use it however we want. We can modify it. If we check for 2, it will give us the value of the data, value of 2. Someone is talking. Okay. So the data value of 2. So now we can use it however we want. This image. Sorry, who is that? Is someone saying something? Kali, your mic, mute your mic, please.
Please, sorry. I fixed the attendance link. This it wasn't accepting response before, so I fixed it now.
You can resend the link. You can resend the link to them. I'm just about to wrap up. So, okay. So you can see I can get any of the data I want dynamically. If I add 4 now, it should display the data with an ID of 4. So Python, so let me just make use of the data here. Let's do small, not a complex style. Let's just do something to show that we are really making use of dynamic route. Section. Section. Then let's say image. So img src id, sorry, filter data dot image. Then h2 filter data dot tag h3. We are not performing any style here. I just want to you guys to see something that this what we are working on is really working. Dot this dot title. So you can see this question mark here. Probably this is the first time, so let me just explain. This question mark, what is meant is why it's there is because that in a situation whereby probably the image or the tag or the ID is this particular filter data, is this particular after filtering this data now, this particular variable is supposed to return an object. So this in a situation whereby this object doesn't have a property of image tag or title. So we are just telling React or JavaScript to just return undefined. Like it shouldn't, if this is not available, just stop here and return undefined. So instead of throwing error, so it should just return undefined. So let me show you. Let's see what this does first. If I show you something like that. So let me style this class width of 20. So yeah, X, sorry, margin for 20. Yeah. So that is that. So okay, you can see regular expression paired, the tag is paired. This one is C++, this one is Python. Let's click on this one. You see it's return Python. Return Python, but we are getting different images. We are not getting the correct images, but that is a bug from the code, like the way I handle the image part of the filter page. But basically, this is returning. Basically, what this is returning now, because now it has access to, someone has access to this entire the database, so you get the correct image now for us. So the error we are getting from the filter is basically happening because of, yeah, okay, because you see, we are not loading the image from based on what we are getting from the object that we map here. So I think I did that because of an error I encountered while I was deploying on Vercel. Yeah, you can see we have a different image now, although it's taking time to load and it's causing performance issues. So you can see some bugs here again. I need, in a situation like this, I need to set a height, so that it won't overflow. So this kind of things happen sometimes. So which is why testing is good before deployment. So that is that on dynamic route. That is that on dynamic. This error is here because of, like I said, because of TypeScript that I'm using for this project. So I need to set the types. So I think let's go back here. So do you guys understand the routing now? Like the dynamic part of the routing? Hope you guys understand what I just did now. For those of you that are having confusion with it. Rufai, are you there? Okay. I think that is all. The other guy that is or is anyone also having issue with installing Tailwind here? If there is, then I can just show it now, show you guys how to do that now. And if no one is having issue, then you can just call it a day. Is anyone having issue with Tailwind installation? Okay. So since no one is talking, I can see my boss here, Mr. John. Mr. John, can you just help us close the class? Don't even, yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. Sorry for coming late. I was held up with something. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I came late, so I really haven't. I don't have an idea of what you guys just finished doing. I think I joined when he was talking about dynamic routing and the rest, and then Tailwind installation. So I don't know what to add to it. I think I said most of it. So sometimes you face issues like this, and you can go through their documentation. I think for React router, there's like a walkthrough on how to go through some of these things. So if you just have any issues, you go through that documentation, or you can ask any of us to help you out with it. I think that's all I have to say.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. John. Like you say, you guys should make good use of the documentation. And from what I showed you guys earlier, I haven't been updated on the React router. And from what I showed you guys, it has already been updated a few weeks back, which I didn't notice. So they are currently in version 7, and I'm still stuck in version 6. So there's a lot of things to learn. So there's a lot of hooks, hooks to make use of if you go through their documentation, because there's some hooks to use well, sending form. There are also some hooks to use it for handling your fetch requests, to send data using form. There are a lot of them. So please make good use of the documentation. Yeah, that is just what I want to say. And I was hoping to show you guys one more, but it won't be fair for everybody. One particular use case of suspense, lazy loading, but I think the time is already gone, and most of you guys will need to go and pray. So let's while we are that, let's just call it a day here. And thank you guys for having me today. Yeah, I hope you guys learned something out of it. Rufa is you are raising your okay. We are clapping. Which ones? Okay. So thank you guys for having me today. I know it's not your regular mentors, so I hope you guys are able to get one or two from this session. So thank you guys and have a beautiful
Yes,
day.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you later help us, like maybe anytime you are chanced, or maybe we can just call you to come, even if it's
Sorry,
not.
sorry, please, can you come again? Can you come again?
I said maybe anytime you are chanced, even if it's not, maybe even if it's after the boot camp. The question I raised about this thing that the thing we're not installing in invite until you go and input and install it from the like the tailwind page, the CDN now. You know that one that we just put it in our index.html.
Yeah, I understand.
So
So why
like
you since you are here, let's just go over
okay,
it together.
yeah, no problem then. I'm back because I'm back now.
Okay. I thought you were away before. So let's go to the win.
Yeah, I immediately I talked that time I went, so I just came back.
Yeah, okay, no problem. Documentation. So framework guide. Do you click on this framework guide? Provide.
Yes, sir. No, like I went to this thing. Sorry, which version is this?
No, this. Okay, let me start from
Okay, go
scratch.
to version 4.0.
Version 4.0. No,
Yeah, this is it here. Look at this thing. Like no. At
what?
this getting started. Now getting started by the left. By
Getting
the left.
started by.
Yes, it's by the left.
Okay, the
Yeah.
installation. Yeah, I'm
Just
on
just
the
click. No, just click on this version 4.0 beta documentation.
where is that? Okay, version.
Yeah.
So this beta document, you don't need to use this beta. What this beta mean is that
The,
like it's still on testing. Like you don't need to use this beta. So
maybe that's just the reason the thing is
yeah,
giving us.
they are still
Ah,
like beta. What beta mean is that they are still testing. They haven't like really make it. Uh,
okay. You know what we did was that why after clicking that beta documentation, so we went along and if you click it again, you see something like install with Vite.
yeah.
Yeah, and so that's what we did. Why then we follow if you install it with Vite. So maybe that's why he's not responding. Okay.
Yes, exactly. Because and
Mm,
also you can also see that the other on Saturday, yeah, while Abdul was also trying to show you guys some stuff on React, there was a little some bugs while installing React 19 because that's the latest version, which some other packages are not yet upgraded their own framework to that to React 19. So which is why you guys are having bug while installing React 19 on Saturday. He has to go back to
okay.
18. So
Ah,
it's not stable yet. So this beta mean like it's not really stable yet. So they are still like testing. So
okay.
also to avoid error, if you want to install anywhere you see beta, just ignore it. Except maybe
Ignore it.
except maybe you are someone that would just want to like try because beta is meant for like person anybody. You can just try it out, see how it look, and give them feedback, something like that.
I'm on the
So
problem we did. Is
yes,
not
like you now that have problem now with it now, you can go look for their email or something that to send a response. That you can also make complaints about what you encountered by using this beta version like that. So
I
that's
think
basically
yeah.
yeah. You
I
can
think
make you can raise
I,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
will
you
I will
can.
also tell my guys to then Jethro and everyone because all of us we encountered that same issue. So most of
Yes,
us, yeah. Why?
yes, yes. So
Okay, thank you very
anytime if you
much.
are not ready to use the beta, like to test, because it's just there for people that want to test if this thing is really working before they push it to the main production. So
Okay.
to install Tailwind, if you click on the install Tailwind CLI using post, you don't need this. What you need is to just click this framework. That's if you want to use with React, Right, or anyone. So you see there are a lot of framework here. Anyone that you want to use it with, you can just click it. You are using Right, you can just click on this. And what this does is that you don't need to even create, if you haven't probably create device, so it will give you step to create everything from the creation of
Mm-hmm.
the device and the tailwind. But if you have already created device, you can just CD, and I hope you are there when I'm
Ah, yeah, yeah,
talking.
yeah, yeah. Yes.
It will take you to the directly my project, which is what you name the project folder. Then on your terminal, you can just copy this,
Copy.
paste it,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
press
yeah.
download and finish. Then copy this and paste it inside your tailwind.config file.
Configured. Okay, yeah.
That
I think.
will that will be in your root folder after installing this.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
after that, you copy this to your index.css. Then run
I
your
think
terminal.
that can also be either in either index.css or app.js. It's
Uh,
app.css rather.
no, this can be inside. It will be inside the index.css because that's like the
Okay. I think I pasted my
global,
own
global CSL.
app.css and it worked.
It will also work, but this is more like just the convention, but it will also
Okay,
work.
okay, okay, sir. Okay.
So
Yeah.
is that one?
Yeah, yeah, that's all. That's all. Ah, seriously, I really appreciate this. I didn't know.
That is
So
why.
that
So that's why sometimes we encourage you guys to drop your issues because on Saturday or is it on Friday, Tally reach out that you guys like have concerns with this dynamic route. Most of you didn't really understand the assignment, and I was kind of like not really like angry that you guys didn't we are not able to you guys are not free enough to drop the issues on
um,
the call while I'm asking earlier in the on Saturday. Like I asked for you guys to drop any issue concerning the assignment. Maybe you are not understanding anything, but no one talk. But it
yeah,
just
that's
showed
true.
that you guys are not free to talk. But you guys should be free enough to talk.
No, not
Even
really
if
like
you
that
are
now. If you notice to me, I said it that day that the conflict or something like that. If you remember that day, I said it. I made a mention of maybe saying conflict. I think even before we started the class, before
okay.
Sheikh Abdul joined us that time, I made that statement.
Well, I can't remember, but going forward, you guys
Yeah.
should drop your complaints or anything on this on the WhatsApp or the Telegram. It doesn't necessarily have to be the mentor or the submentor. Maybe some because there are a lot of people in the community. So and most of these people are kind of like very busy people. So sometimes when they are free, when they saw the message and they can help, they will just help you guys with it. So sometimes probably
Yeah.
who you are
Thank you very much, sir.
sometimes probably who you are tagging to reply the message might be busy. So just drop your message however you see it. And especially if there is a particular bug, you can just send a screenshot and post it in the group. That way, anybody that spot the error, it can be able to tell you at once. Because the problem here is that some people don't really like to go into long conversation because of their busy schedule. So if you want to drop an issue, just drop a screenshot of the issue you are facing. So that way it will help them to answer you very fast instead of going in a long conversation with you. I hope
Yeah,
you
yeah,
understand.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah, we can try the tailwind out while after this call. Then you, so if that is all, we can call it a day. I hope you get it now.
Okay.
Is that all from you, Rufai?
Sorry, I didn't get you now. My network just faded away now. Can you please get
Yeah.
yourself?
No, I didn't say much. I just talk more on how you should send your messages or any complaint you
Okay,
have on the group.
okay.
You should make
Well,
use of screenshots, send screenshot instead of just see your text.
okay,
Anybody that wants to help you out will be able to help you out instantly instead of going into a long conversation with you.
okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, now if that is all,
And
bye bye. See you guys later. Bye bye. Yeah.